Hello, buddy. John Thomas, Fire Inspector Services LLC. Today's podcast is geared towards restaurant owners, their staff. When I was a working fire marshal, anytime a new restaurant came into town, I would always go there personally, and I'd ask the staff and the owner, "Do you know about the hood suppression system?" And 90% of the time, they would be no. So we'd have a little get together, go over the system, go over the components and how the system works. So what we did was we actually put it into a program. So we're going to show you that now. In the program, we're going to show you the different components of the kitchen hood suppression system, what to do if the system doesn't activate, what happens when the system does activate, what happens when it does discharge, if it does discharge prematurely, and how to recover, how to get your restaurant back into service when the system activates. So here you're showing the line, the nozzles covering every cooking area that's there, the fryers, the flat top grills, the stoves. Up in the hood itself, it's got the fusible links. There is a nozzle that goes up into the ductwork going to the roof, up to the fan area. To the right is the manual pull, which will be by your exits. The cables going down, they're shutting off your gas and electric to your equipment. The suppression cylinder itself and the control box where all the springs and everything are to keep tension on the fusible links. Again, showing you really quick is up in the top is where the fusible links are. Fusible links are on a tension cable going into the control box where all the springs are. Once that system is activated, it shuts the gas and electric off to your appliances. The suppression agent cylinder will get pierced. The suppression agent under pressure will come out and go through the nozzles and hopefully put the fire out. If not, keep it in check until the fire department arrives. Showing you the hotline here to the upper left is the area where the fryers are and the oven. Everything is covered. To the lower right, the stoves and the flat top grill. Everything is covered by a nozzle. Your ovens, your stoves, your flat top grills, your fryers are all covered by a nozzle. To the left on the left side, the upper side there, you can see the cylinder itself. To the left of the cylinder is the control box. Never go in the control box. When your hood is cleaned by a company, they're going to put a sticker on it. Make sure that sticker goes there, but the inspectors are going to look for it. That sticker will have the date that this system was cleaned and the date that it's going to get re-cleaned again. When a hood suppression system is checked, there'll be a tag put on the area of the control box or cylinder and another one that's on the manual pull. Showing the nozzle. All the nozzles on the line will have a grease cap on it because if grease gets up in the nozzle, it may not work correctly. So you have to make sure that the nozzles are clean, that grease caps are in place, filters are all in place, and there's no gaps. Here, showing you there's a gap in a filter, which is exposing the fusible link. Also, all the grease-laden vapors are going up and through your ductwork, which can cause a problem. So a little closer view of the fusible link itself, you can see the grease starting to build up in the hood. That grease is and all the vapors are going up into your ductwork through your roof vents and the fan up in there and it's blowing it all down onto your roof, which can cause a fire. Your fusible links are now exposed. It could break and discharge your hood suppression system prematurely. Now, they're set at certain temperatures, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Showing the way the filter should look. Everything should be tight. There should be no big gaps in the filtering system. Under the filtering system is where all the grease will drip down and go into a collection area. This is the cylinder and the control box. The cylinder itself is going to get checked by the company. Make sure it's within hydrostatic test states. The control box has got all the springs, which are pulling the tension on the cable onto the fusible links. Once a fusible link has now discharged, that the springs will activate the suppression agent and also shut your gas and electric off to all of your appliances. showing you the pipe going into the suppression agent itself, the cables where they're holding all the fusible links. Fusible links are temperature sensitive, so they're designed at certain temperatures when the engineers put the whole system together for you. There are different styles of fusible links that set at different temperatures. So you have to make sure that you don't overheat them. We find a lot in the 30 plus years I've been doing this, that barbecue pits, a lot of times the chefs will stoke it up too hot to get it going, and it'll activate the fusible link because it's going above the temperature that we set out. So you have to watch what you're doing. Should have some kind of gauge showing you the heat coming off of that barbecue pit. Showing you the cable. Now this cable, it looks like the system needs to be cleaned a little bit. It's not too bad at this point, but that's what the fusible link. You can see the cable going on there, which is under tension, which is going into that control box. Once it's let go, if you notice on the top of that cylinders, on the top is the piercing area where now that it'll drop the pin and activate the system. Once the system has been pierced, the suppression agent will come through the nozzles. This is the time for you guys now to leave the kitchen. Okay, so now what do we do when the system activates? Once the system is activated, the entire staff should exit the kitchen. Close the doors going to the kitchen, but do not lock them. Make sure that the alarm system has been activated and that the fire department has been notified to respond. All your hood suppression systems should go into an alarm system, which should be monitored by an alarm company. This way, they can notify the fire department right away. Always make sure that 911 has been called and that the fire department is responding. I've had it a few times where hood suppressions have discharged. Fire department was never notified. They found out later on that the system was activated. Do not re-enter the kitchen. Once you've left it, leave it. Don't go back there until the fire department tells you it's okay. Guide the fire department in there, first responders into the area where the kitchen is. Now, what happens if there's a fire and the system does not activate? By the exit, there's a manual pull. Pull the pin, pull the cable. That'll discharge the system. Okay? That'll start putting the fire out. Follow the same procedures as before. Leave the kitchen. Close the doors. Do not lock them. Don't make sure that the fire department has been notified. Guide them into the area where the kitchen is. And then they'll let you know when they can go back in. So once the fire department has conducted their investigation, they're going to release the building back to you and your staff. The staff should be wearing, if they're going to go back into the area, should be wearing some kind of airborne mask to prevent the suppression agent to be ingested. Photos of the damage should be documented for your insurance company and the local health department. Inventory all your food. Do not start cleaning anything up until the fire marshal's office and the health department have been notified. They'll send inspectors out and they'll guide you in what you should do. But you can start taking your photos. Inventory of the food that's been exposed. Anything that's out on the counters, everything that's been exposed. Inventory what you get. It's all going to get thrown out. Any food, paper goods need all get thrown out. The cooking equipment, plates, utensils, etc., need to get washed with a dishwasher and cleansed properly. All the countertops, the walls, the hoods, the vents, everything has to be washed. Any large kitchen appliances, example, refrigerators, your low boys, everything needs to get wiped down and cleaned. Then you can start cleaning your floor. What's going to happen next is, and once your kitchen is fully cleaned and ready to go back in service, the hood suppression system needs to get cleaned and the suppression system needs to be put back in service. That's done by a company. You're not doing that because they're going to change all the fusible links, and the ones that didn't activate, they're going to replace them. And obviously the ones that did activate, they're going to replace them. They're going to make sure the system is going to be working again. The last step is to make sure that the fire department and health department have been notified to come back to do a reinspection. Once you got your certificates that you both agencies say you're ready to go, you're ready to go back and you can start opening. So here's the line, real quick line on what's going to happen. Fire happens. That's going to initiate the incident. Fire investigators are going to come down. Most states will say any fire that causes damage, which I haven't found one that hasn't, the fire department must conduct an investigation. It's not trying to find out if it's arson. We just want to see what happened. Okay. Once that's done, you should always notify your insurance company that you had a fire in your kitchen. They'll guide you on what they need to do at that point. Once that's done, the investigation is completed. The company will come in and redo the suppression system. You can finish doing your final cleanup. Call the fire marshal's office and the health department. They'll come back to do the reinspection, and then you're ready to open. Okay, it's a real simple process. Unfortunately, you're going to lose a lot of material and stuff when it goes out. Everything, anything that's exposed, foods, paper goods, anything like that, they got to get thrown out. The health department will guide you through that. You should have written plans for your staff to who to call, what to do when a fire does happen, when the suppression system does activate. Sometimes it activates prematurely. If it does activate, what to do. The most important thing is have that written procedure, train your staff on it. If you need help to do that, let us know. We'll help you do it. We'll give you a boilerplate that you can look at, and we'll get you back open and going. Okay? Again, be safe out there. I hope this works out for everybody. Let us know. You can check us out on our website at www.fireinspectorservicesllc.com. We'll put this on our YouTube channel. Everybody be safe out there. Thank you.